Good morning, my beautiful friends and family. My name is Emmanuel Banks with the Palm Beach Gardens Worship Center. It's a wonderful day to be alive. It's beautiful to be here today in the house of study and worship. Before we begin jumping into today's topic, I want to share a funny story just to set the tone. So if you will, humor me while I humor you. One day a man was walking along a street when he saw a dog lying on the side of the road. The dog looked like it had been hit by a car, and the man felt the pang of compassion for the animal. So he picked it up and started to carry it home. As he walked, he noticed that the dog was becoming heavier and heavier and began to realize that he had bitten off a little more than he could chew. So eventually he arrived home completely tired, and he gently placed the dog on the ground. As soon as he sat down to catch his breath, the dog suddenly got up, wagged his tail, and ran away. The man sitting there feeling foolish, but he also realized the important thing, that even though his act of kindness didn't turn out as he had planned, he still felt good that he had done the right thing. Now, let's start with our attention to the topic of today's speech. It's compassion. I don't know if you remember the last time I spoke, I said the next time I speak, I'll be speaking on compassion. I'm blessed to have the opportunity to speak again, so today's message is on compassion. What is compassion? Simply put, compassion is the act of showing concern and taking action to help someone. It's putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and doing all that we can to alleviate their suffering. As Christians, compassion is a crucial part of our faith, and the Bible has many verses that speak directly to the importance of compassion. So today I will be giving you we'll look at three different verses that exemplify it. First verse is found in Colossians chapter 3 verses 12, which reads, and I'll read it for you, which reads, "Put on therefore as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long suffering." What does that mean? It means as followers of Christ, we are called to be compassionate people. We should show mercy to others and be kind, humble, patient, and gentle. These qualities are a reflection of the love that God has for us, and they are a foundation of true compassion. Our second verse comes from James chapter 2, verses 15 to 16, and it goes as follows. "If a brother or sister be naked, destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding, yea, give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit?" This verse is a powerful reminder that compassion requires action. It's not enough to simply say kind words to someone who is suffering. We must also be willing to help them in tangible means. For instance, nowadays it's a lot of thoughts and prayers. People are always sending thoughts and prayers, but not enough folks are actually stepping out to help someone else. It's very important for us to actually step out and help someone else. If we, for instance, if we see someone who is hungry, or what should we do? We should provide them with food. Compassion also requires sacrifice, but it also brings great reward. Now, our third verse, the third and final verse here, comes from 1 John 3:17, and it goes as follows. But whoso hath this world's good, and seeth his brother have need, and shutteth up his bowels of compassion from him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? This reminds us that compassion is not just a nice thing to do. It's an existential part of our relationship with God. If we have been blessed with material wealth, and we see someone in need, but we refuse to help, then we're not operating in the love of God. True compassion is a reflection of God's love, and it's also a necessary component of our faith. In conclusion, my dear friends and family, let us remember that compassion is not just an emotion or a feeling, it's an action. We're called to be compassionate people, showing mercy, kindness, and gentleness to all that we come in contact with, whether it be online or in person. So be blessed and be a blessing in someone else's life today. Thank you for joining me and sharing with me. Have a beautiful day.